For this skirt, we are going to be starting with um, two panels. I already make a part of the skirt. I already made this part of the skirt, so we are going to make another part of this rectangle, and we are going to join them together. It's going to be a very simple, easy skirt, so I just want you to pay attention to what we are going to do. I started this rectangle with 38 chains plus 3. The 3 is counted as like a double crochet. So let's get into this tutorial real quick. So we are going to start this tutorial by making our chain. We'll start with 38 chains as usual, like we made for the other part. Sorry, make our slip knots and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. So this is our 38th chain. We're going to make 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to start our first row. 3 chains, insert into the fourth one from the hook, and you make regular double crochet. So you're going to make a double crochet till you get to the last chain, and then I'll show you. Okay, so now that we are at the end of our row, we're going to chain 3, 2, 3, we turn our work around, and we are not going to put any stitch here because this 3 chains is counting as our first double crochet. We're going to insert our hook in the nest and then make a regular double crochet. So basically you're putting double crochet in all double crochet that you can see and in the stitch. So it's just going to be a repeated pattern. Double crochet till we get to the length, till we so guys, I made um 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 8 row 8 rows and 8 clusters of blue, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8 clusters of red. I made blue 5 each line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I made red 2, 1, 2. So I this is my first panel and this is my second. So I'm going to be joining both. But first of all, let me try this off camera. So actually, yeah, this is the length of the skirt. So this is the length of this skirt. Though I'm going to make the band. So and let me measure this other side. So this side is 31 inches long. So I'm going to try to join this both side, and then I'll show you how to join them, and then we'll make the band. Okay, so we'll be using my waist measurements for this skirt, and my waist measurement is 28. 28 divided by 2 is 14. So we are going to measure both rectangle, this point to this point, 14, this point to this point, also 14. So we are supposed to use our stitch marker to hold these two edge together, to hold these two edge, this parts and this part. But then I want this skirt to be a little bit tighter, so instead of making 14, I'll be making it 13. Yeah, I'll be joining 13-inch with the back panel and the front 13 inch. Okay, so I'm taking out 2 inch, so basically we are working with 26 inches. Since there is no stitch marker right here right now, I'm going to measure this 13, and 13 is this point. So I'm going to use this yarn as as my stitch marker. And then let's do the same thing on the back panel. This point to this point, 13. We use this we use this as our stitch marker. Yeah. Okay, so guys, let's join this part and this part. Mind you, we are joining like this. This is the up, and we are joining like this. Yeah, we'll join this part. So, like, we're joining it this way. This point, like this. Okay, let's get our pin. Okay, so we are going to turn our work around so it will be easier because of these stitches. Okay, and I think I'm going to be sewing in. I'll be working with single crochet, and I will be sewing in all of this stitch together as I go. Insert into this. Oh my god, no. So I'm going to sew to the end of this part. Come down. So we are using our single crochet to join both panel just like this. Sewing in both sides. Hey guys, so welcome back. This is the continuation. So we've joined these two parts, this part and this part together. So we are going to crochet 2 lines of double crochet round with the red yarn, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. So we are making 2 rounds of double crochet, round it, and in the course of making this, I think I'll be making some reduction. So, because I want the waist to be snatched. I'm going to start with 3 chains up. We'll make one double crochet here, and one double crochet here, one double crochet here, and then we start our reduction. Inside of this line is get instead of this line to get 2 stitches inch, we are making 1 stitches round it instead of 2. And here, one double crochet here, one double crochet here. So we are making one double crochet around it, and I want it to be tight. That is why I'm making one stitch. I'm putting 1 stitch in every line of every line of double crochet instead of 2. Okay, one. Okay, so we are going to join this part and this part. So we're going to make one double crochet here, and then we look for the third chain, and we make our slip stitch. So to go around this stuff another round, because we're going around it twice, so to go around this stuff another, we're going to make 3 chains, 3 chains, and turn your work, 3 chains, turn your work, and start fixing our double crochet in every stitch. So we are going to make double crochet around this stuff again, and then we slip stitch at the end, and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so when you get this is the I've joined this part together, so you're going to cut off your yarn. Oh, you're going to cut off your yarn. So we are going to work our waistline, and so let's measure this the waist, and this is 12. Yeah, this is 12. We started at 13, and now we have 12. So we are going to make half double crochet from this point. So guys, I think I'm going to count the number of this stitch so that I'm going to divide it properly, because if I measure it I might not divide it properly. So let me count my stitch, and then I will get back to you. So the number of the stitch round here is 71, but let's work with 70. So we are going to divide 70 by 2. So guys, I think I'm going to count the number of this stitch so that I'm going to divide it properly, because if I measure it I might not divide it properly. So let me count my stitch and then I will get back to you. So the number of the stitch round here is 71, but let's work with 70. So we are going to divide 70 by 2. So 70 divided by 2 is 35, and we counted 35, and we are going to take out 5 stitches from both. We are going to take out 5 stitches, and the division is from both sides. This is 35. 1, 2. We're going to take out 2 from this side, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2 here. And then we're going to start crocheting from this point. Okay, this point. So this let's start this part of the skirt. 1, 2, 3. So we are working from this point to this point, this point to this point. So we are almost at the end. So I'm going to put our last stitch here. We're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then we turn our work, and then we walk back, push it back to where we started from. So we are at the end of this row again. Going to put our last double crochet, turn our work, 2, 3, chain 3, turn our work, and we go back with our usual double crochet. So basically, yeah, you're going to do this same thing 7 times or less, depending on how high you want your waist to be, your skirt waistline to be. So you're going to also repeat this same thing you did on this side of the skirt. For this side, you're going to repeat the same thing. We repeat it on this part of the skirt, and then I'll show you what next to do when you're done with both panels. Okay guys, so we've made our both panels, and now we are going to single crochet till we get to this point, and then when we get to this point I'll show you what we'll be doing. So we are going to make our single crochet. Just in case you don't know how to make single crochet, this is how you do it. You're not taking any yarn, and you just put a yarn over. make your single crochet till you get to the end, and then I'll show you what to do at the end of this row. So this is our, and so we'll be working like this, but then we're going to make hole a hole for button. One, two, three, four, and then five, and then you single crochet again, single crochet in the chain. You put your hook inside the first stitch, the first single crochet, pass it through the chain, the yarn, and then you skip this stitch and you put it inside this one. You slip stitch, pass your hook into all three. So if you're going to put a button, this big that would hold. So you continue with your single crochet. Continue with your single crochet till you get to this point again, and then we'll make another chain of 5. 1 2 3 4 5, and you single crochet inside each stitch, and then you pass your hook from the first stitch into the yarn, and you skip this, put your yarn inside the nest, your hook inside the nest, and then pass it off. Then you continue with your single crochet. Now on this other side of the skirt, you're not going to do the same thing. On this part of this skirt, you're just going to single crochet into every stitch. You're going to single crochet into every stitch. And then when you get to the starting point of where you started your single crochet, you are going to slip stitch, you chain one, cut your yarn, and pull your rope. So you're going to, so we'll, we are going to be fixing a button, two buttons, one here, and another here, and another here. So this is our skirt. We are done with our skirts. Yeah, this is it. Basic process of this skirt is to make a rectangle, join it at this place, but when you're joining the head or one side of the skirt to the length. That means you're joining length and width. You're joining at these two places, this side, and then you make a double crochet around the skirt, and you make this part. You can decide to make this part different and attach it, but I would advise to make it on the skirt. Okay, so we are going to put our button, and we are going to try out this pretty skirt.